Hi, families. It's Mrs. Balderrama, and I am going to show you how to navigate through Google Classroom if you're on a Chromebook or a laptop. If you have an iPad, don't watch this video. It's going to be a little bit different. Okay, so when you go to your Clever and you click Google Classroom, you should see something similar to this. Okay, this is my tab. You might also have Mr. Hernus's and Miss Michi's PE class in there. They're going to be having some activities for you to do as well. So you just go ahead and click it. And then this page is called the stream. If you look right here, it says, here, let me highlight it for you. Stream, okay? This is classwork and this is people. So stream is where I'm going to post announcements and any information that you may need. Let me turn that off for you. It's kind of like I like to call it like a Facebook page. And mine, it glitches. The things that I've posted haven't shown up. So sometimes I have to kind of play with it a little and reload it sometimes. So if you don't have my messages, I think that's a glitch that Google is working out. So sometimes if you just refresh it or you go around and play with it, you should see some messages from me soon. I have about 4 or 5 messages on here. Basically, it's messages about my office hours. I was going to have comments on here, but I decided not to. So basically just go to the stream for any updates. All right. So that's pretty much it for the stream. Let me go to classwork. And sometimes these things will pop up just like little helpers for you. So you can exit out or you can read it. It's totally up to you. All right, so this is classwork. This is where you're going to come to right here, view your work. Okay, right here, I like that highlighting tool. Let me get that one. This says quick start for parents. So right here, if you click this, I always have like directions for you or instructions for you right here to read it. So please try to read this first before you start clicking things. And then this is just a link to a resource that the district has provided for us. So if you ever want some more information about distance learning, feel free to go here. Okay, and then you just click that bar and it goes away. Right here is useful resources. This is where I was saying about the schedule. So here you go. I'll open it for you. And then it'll take you to another window. And this is the schedule for you at home. I didn't put times. Actually, let me do this. It's a little bit bigger. I didn't put times. These are just suggestion times. So word work, when you go in my classroom, you'll see a topic called word work, 10, 15 minutes. And these are some things you can do if you have technology. If you don't have technology, there will be a list that you can use to do these things. There's reading, writing, grammar, math, PE, and other areas. Other areas would be science, social studies, mindful time, art, PE. Oh, no, not PE. We have PE right there. Basically anything that doesn't fall under this category. So if you put right here, notice here I put draw, color, paint, breathe. You can also go into the Google Classroom and find some things to do there. Okay, so we're going to exit out of this. My phone is going off. Okay. So I'm done looking at the schedule. Just exit out and I'm back to my Google Classroom. Okay, so I'm going to exit by just pushing the gray square, a rectangle, sorry. And then here is the link that I was telling you about for home learning without technology. So if you click it again, you'll see a document here that the first grade team created, and we're going to be adding to it whenever we have new ideas for you to share. So if you need some ideas for things to do, you're tired of staring at the computer screen and you want to do some things where you get to communicate with each other and use your hands, this is where you would go. This right here are some links to some websites that I found that they're supposed to be free. A lot of companies are offering free resources right now. Splash Learn has free math for you. I've been telling you about Epic, and I put reading eggs in here, and then just some more things here. Go Noodle, the students are very familiar with Go Noodle, so feel free to check that out. Okay, so this is mostly stuff for the parents. Okay, right here, this one right here, week 1. I'm gonna post this every week, but this is just for me to know what I need to support your learning, support the learning for your students with your scholars with. Okay, so this is basically just standards and things that I have to cover. Just ignore this one unless you really want to read it. It's very interesting. All right, weekly learning log right here. This is going to be how you can keep track of what you're doing. So you're going to be visiting this one a lot. All right, so there's a little description here on how to use it. I'm not going to read it. You can read it, but I will show you. Whoops. All right, let's just do this. Okay, so here's the log. Don't use this, don't add or create anything. And then at the end of the learning week, you're going to turn it in. You're going to be working on this every day. So let me just show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is, I created an assignment for my daughter. So when you get to it, you're gonna see how it says type here. You just click it, and then you're going to delete it with your keyboard, and then you're just gonna put, you could put April, whoops, 20th to, when is the weekend? 24th. No, yeah, 24th. I put assignments due April 26th, which is Sunday. I gave you guys some extra time. As long as it starts with April 20th, you're fine. And you click here, see how you get this little box here. Find the text, delete it, and then you type your name. So I'll just use my daughter's name. And then let's look over here. So it says Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. If you miss a day because something happened, your child is feeling sick, and you do some work on Saturday and Sunday, that's fine. Just try to do as much as you can 5 times a week. Okay, so if this is actually Saturday and Sunday, I'm not going to know. Just try to do what you can. So that's all I'm going to do for now, because we're going to go back to this document later. Okay, so that's it. And then when you're done, it saves it automatically. You don't have to save anything. So then just go back up here to the top X, and then you can, don't turn it in yet. Okay, I'm just going to go back, and here we are back to this box. Oops, I'm still learning too. Okay. All right, so there's the weekly learning log. So here we have, these are the things that you saw on the log. So we had grammar on there, we had word work. Word work is the phonics piece. This is very important. This is where we learn how to sound out the words. We have reading. So this is where you're gonna have passages to read, some sentence work. Writing, we're just gonna be doing journaling, no writing on a computer. And then we have math and PE. And I haven't added any other areas yet. So you will have eventually some science or social studies or mindful activities. I'm still working on that. Let me walk you through. Oh, excuse me. Let's do a word work activity. This is a good one. So let me show you this. Oh, before we go on, let me go back to the learning log. Okay. So the learning log. Notice there's only one box for Monday reading. That means you pick one reading assignment to do, one writing assignment, one grammar, one word work, one math. one science, social studies, and one PE. That's it, okay? You're going to see there's going to be about 7 or 8 assignments. That doesn't mean you do all of them. Just do 5. If your child is up to it and they want to do more, go for it. But just know 1 a day, okay? Very important. All right, so let me go back. What did I say I wanted to do? A word work activity. Okay, so here's a word work activity. So you can go through them, click them, and see if you like to do it. Let's see, this one looks interesting to me, silly sentences. So right here, here is the directions. Please read the directions. They're there to help you. Okay, so and then what I just said is right here. This activity will count as a word work activity on your weekly learning log. After completing, log it on the weekly learning log as done. So here's my slide. I'm going to click it. Sometimes it takes a second to load. So this is kind of like an online worksheet. Okay, this is what this is kind of like. So if you look down here, I try to put the directions here for you. So it says choose a word from the word bank and type it into the box. Do not forget that sentences begin with a capital letter and end with a punctuation mark. So these are the words that we're focusing on this week, some of the words. And the spelling pattern is O-W, O-W, O-U. Okay, so pick a word. Here's an example. It says the tiny gray mouse ran out of the house. And then I'm going to delete it because that was the example. And so I'm going to delete it. You can also do this. Sometimes these text boxes move. If that happens, just do this. Undo, undo, and you can always erase anything that you mess up. Okay. So be very careful with these text boxes. They can be very tricky. All right, so I'm going to look at my words. Let's just do cow. So I'm going to put, I saw a black and white cow go to the barn. That's it. All right, then I'm going to go here, click, erase, type here. Let's see, I like mouse. The mouse went in the small hole in the wall and ate some cheese. Oh, look, I spelled wall wrong. So you just delete it. Okay. So you go and you delete all of those. Okay. Again, you don't have to save. Here's the other slide. I did put directions here also. So try to click through all the slides. When you're done, just exit. And then you go back and then you can view it also. This is another way you can do it. If you want to send me a comment, you can. And then once it's done, then you're going to click turn in. So it says one attachment will be submitted, turn it in, and then I get a message that you completed your assignment. Okay, so I'm done with that. Go back. Now, every time you finish an assignment, you have to go here to your log. So I'm going to go to my log, click it, and I did a word work activity. So I'm going to type here, delete it, and put a X. That means I did it. Yay, job well done. Once you're done with that, exit, and you're back to your classroom. Okay, go back. And if your scholar is up to it, you can do a new activity in a different category. So you can pick grammar, you can pick reading, right? Let me show you journal writing. So this is how you will do journal. Again, please read this. Here's the assignment. I don't want you to do that. So for journal, it's just going to be ideas for you to do at home, because you're going to have to try to do this on a piece of paper. I heard the district is mailing out journals. Just be patient with those. You should get those soon. So these are journal ideas where we're working on writing stories. So these are just some ideas for you. Write a story about a time you learned how to do something. Use the sentence frames. So I learned how to make cookies. First, fill in the blank. Next, fill in the blank. Then, fill in the blank. Last, fill in the blank. I loved learning how to make cookies. Or if you didn't love it, I really didn't like learning how to make cookies. Okay, so these are some prompts for you to follow. Yeah, so that's that. If you want to get out of that screen, just push ESC escape and you'll be out of that screen. Okay, so again, this is going to be done on paper. We're going to use the honor system for this assignment. So once you complete it, go to your learning log and exit on your learning log. Okay, so some of the activities are going to require you to use Google Slides. Some of the activities are going to be like a form. Let me show you one of those. So vocabulary, click on my assignment. Sorry. Okay, so first you're going to do this one, read the slide, vocabulary. So here are the slides. So I put directions here. So here's your first word, distracts. Here's what it means. Here's an example. And then here's something you can discuss together. What can distract you as you work? And then here's some pictures to help you. So you're going to need to spend some time talking to someone to do this activity. There's only 5 words. So really talk about it, ask questions, and then exit out. And here is your assignment. So you're going to enter your scholar's email address, not the parents. Okay, so the one that you use to log in, put it here. And then you're going to select what you did. So if you just read each slide, mark that box. If you were able to have a discussion with someone in your house about it, there you go. If you wanted to draw a picture of it, that's what you did, mark it. If you wrote a sentence, and then if you really want to challenge yourself, you wrote a story using all those words, you can click that box. So you can click more than one, okay? And then once you're done, oops, you can click submit. Oops, I didn't put my email. I'll just send it to myself. Click submit, and then that way I know you got it once it's emailed. Okay, and then once you're done, exit out. What do I need to do? Who knows? Go to the learning log. So here's my learning log. I'm going to view it. And I've been busy this morning. I did some reading. So I'm going to X here. And what did I just do? I did, writing. Let's pretend I did some writing too. So I'm going to delete it and X there. And then just remember, it saves it automatically, so you don't have to save it. This is the great thing about Google Drive. They save everything for you. So I'm going to exit out of there. I'm going to go back. And I'm tired. I'm going to go have a break. Okay, so this is basically how it's going to work. Some of the tasks, I think it's this one. Let's see. You have to be in Clever to use it. So let's see this one. I think this is one of them. If you are on an iPad, this won't work. So if you're watching this video thinking this is going to be for an iPad, it's not going to work. I'm sorry. It should work if you're on a Chromebook or another device, as long as you're logged into Clever. Okay, if you're not logged into Clever, you won't be able to use this one. Oh, you know why it's not working for me? See, you're going to get this screen. I'm not using a student account. I'm using my daughter's email, and she's not a student in San Bernardino City. So this, though, if it says this red box, Wonders, it's through our curriculum that we use in the school. If you can't do this one, no worries. You're going to have lots and lots of choices. Okay, so if you get to an activity and it's glitchy or it's not working for you properly, find another one. I tried to have at least five that you can do without needing to use wonders. If for some reason you can only do 3 on the computer, you can go over here and do one of these. So if you go over here, home learning ideas without technology, this will count also. So look at this one right here. It says, look around the house and look for words you see, be creative, and then you can create a list of words. You can put the words in ABC order. You can sort words. You can write the words in a sentence. You can do a memory game. You can also use, let me go back. If you go to reading, no, word work, sorry. And you go to this one and see these words right here. You can do things with these words. You can write them in sentences. You can put them in ABC order. You can just read them for 5 minutes. That will count as a reading activity. Okay, so the thing I'm emphasizing for everybody is read, read, read. Okay, so if your scholar just read those words for a little while, that's fine. Go to your learning log and mark it as done. Okay. People you don't really need to use because these are just the students in the class. So don't worry about that. And then these are the teachers. Don't worry about that. So the main area you're going to spend all your time in is classwork. Okay. And it's always going to be by weeks. So week 1, April 20th through the 24th. That's where you're going to go. Reading, writing, math, PE. Okay. I think that's about it. So again, the stream for some reason is glitchy. I don't know why. So maybe I'll screenshot it and send you guys a picture. I don't know how to fix that. This is something with Google. I don't know what's going on. Okay. All right. So this is just a quick overview of Google Classroom with a Chromebook or a laptop. Hopefully after watching this, you feel a little bit better. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. Maybe go back and watch it again and take some notes. That might help you also. And I think that's it. Okay, so hopefully this helps, and I will see you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.